Hello, I am Zenzele. Welcome to my channel, Zen Aesthetic. In this video, I want to go really quickly over the three latest Middle Eastern fragrances in my collection, and one of which is already headed over to Mercari. I've had one of these fragrances for, I want to say, a couple of months now, and then the one that I have not been enjoying is actually on my April fragrance tray, or was on my April fragrance tray. And the latest one that I've picked up recently, that one I've had for almost a week now. So if you want to find out what those three latest Middle Eastern fragrances in my collection are and what my thoughts and feelings are about them, keep watching. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about, and I figured I might as well just start with the one that is leaving. It is going into my Mercari shop, is from Gulf Orchid. I picked this up at Aroma Concepts, and this is one of, I don't know, like I want to say 8, but there might be more of these fragrances. I don't really follow the Musk collection closely, but I did follow this latest release, which came out a few months ago, closely because I was excited for it, and that's why I picked up this fragrance. But there are many fragrances in this collection. The one I picked up is Cotton Candy, and this is what the bottle looks like. I love absolutely everything about this bottle. This would be the first fragrance with opaque colored juice in it. It matches this top so well. It really does look like it's floating in air in this clear rectangle glass. I love the design on the front. I love everything about it, which is why it's one of the reasons why I'm so sad that I'm not crazy about it. And I can't say that I hate the fragrance. I don't hate it, but I think if I kept it long enough, I would start to. But I really don't like it, mostly because I feel like it's not giving what the notes of this fragrance are. So on Aroma Concepts, the description of Gulf Orchid's Cotton Candy goes, "Welcome to a cotton candy fairyland where everything is soft, pink, and impossibly sweet. Fluffy marshmallow clouds swirl with creamy milk and powdery musk, while hints of caramel melts into the air like spun sugar. The gentle touch of rose adds a playful charm, making the scent as light, airy, and magical as a dream. A world where cotton candy never melts and the fun never ends." So the top notes of Gulf Orchid's Cotton Candy are cotton candy, lily of the valley, neroli, and rose. The mid notes are musk, orange blossom, rose, violet, and marshmallow. And the base is musk, powdery, milk, ambery, and caramel. If you have not watched my April fragrance tray video, I will link it here somewhere. And in that video, I talk about how at the time I tried this fragrance, there weren't many reviews of it out. And the one that I did watch was from a woman who said that this smelled like Dove soap. And after I heard her say that and I smelled it, I could not unsmell that smell, because that is what this smells like. And I don't use Dove soap. I have, I think, in a situation where I had no choice. And I don't hate the fragrance, but I don't like it. It's not preferable to me. And even if it was, that is not what I was looking for from this fragrance. I don't get neroli, lily of the valley. I don't get rose. What I get is like, I really don't want to spray this on my skin, but fortunately it doesn't last too long. So let me just do it. I get sweetness, but I get powderiness. But that just common household Dove soap bar cleanser scent I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it, and I'm not a fan of the fact that it is not anything like what this description or the notes give. I don't get caramel anywhere. I don't get spun sugar or cotton candy or marshmallow. I don't get any of those things. So, yeah, I think this retails for about $38 on Aroma Concepts. There are, like I said, many other fragrances that come in this musk collection line. I do want to try one other. I want to try the angel musk one. I've heard good things about that, just to see if this kind of dove soap smell is just part of the DNA of the entire line, or if it's just with this fragrance. So I'm not in a hurry to do that, but somewhere down the line I will, because I love this bottle so much. One of them has got to be good enough for me to keep. So when I do, I will let you know about it. But unfortunately, Cotton Candy from Gulf Orchid in their musk collection was a miss for me. The second Middle Eastern fragrance that I acquired several months ago, I actually was influenced by my girl Nalesia Amour, who I watch here on YouTube. She is an amazing content creator. Her vibes are just so chill. Whenever I watch her videos, it just feels like I'm hanging out with a good friend. Every once in a while, she'll like chime in the comment section on my channel here. Thank you, girl. I just really love her so much, and I love her picks. So when she was just raving about this fragrance, I was so just captivated by how excited she was, as well as when I saw the packaging for this fragrance, I was just like, I have to try this. So the fragrance that I'm talking about is Lattafa Sondos. And this is the gorgeous bottle that it comes in. This is one of the instances in which I feel like Lattafa's not doing crazy over the top things with the packaging. I feel like this is very editorial and restrained. All the ornateness is restricted to the gold ribbon that just wraps around this bottle. I love seeing the juice sort of like reflecting through that, and then this gold sort of like genie in a bottle cap going on. This fragrance, if I was to compare it to another, I would compare it to Tomovici's Zenobia, which is like over $200. But this wonderful fragrance retails for 47 on Lattafa USA. It's currently out of stock there now, but it's available at other fragrance online retailers. So this is a very, very, very big, bold, beast mode, rich, luxurious, resinous, peachy kind of fragrance. It has rose in it as well. This is a fragrance that is going to last on your skin for hours, all day, on clothes for several days. But it is, oh my goodness, it is powerful, it is deep, it is rich, it is strong. I would even recommend, if you're going to wear this fragrance and you are someone who's prone to migraines, definitely don't pick this up if you feel a migraine coming on. Like, don't do that. But if you are cool, you know, as women, sometimes we have migraines come around as part of our cycles, and you know yourself, you know your body. I would definitely recommend wearing this when you're like in the period where you're not having a high sensitivity to this, because it is a very strong fragrance. This is a fragrance that you definitely don't want to wear in the high heat, I think. I don't know if this would do very well. And if you do wear it in the high heat, I think wearing it to an event that's outdoors, like reunion or picnic or something like that, would probably be best, because this fragrance is going to travel to everybody's nose. I personally have not worn this fragrance out yet. I have a birthday coming up this month, so I might have an opportunity to do that. But I just love having this fragrance in my collection because I just love the way that it smells. And it's just going to get even more deeper, sweeter, just even better over time as it macerates, which I feel it has already done. So on Fragrantica, it shows that the top notes for Sandos are mandarin orange and saffron. The middle notes are tuberose, peach blossom, and rose. And the base notes are vanilla, suede, and my personal favorite base note, patchouli. So as you can see from the notes of this fragrance, it's got saffron, it's got suede, it's patchouli. So it is very heavily resinous and rich, very much becoming of a very sort of like Arabian princess kind of Middle Eastern fragrance, which is very similar to Zenobia by Tomovici in my opinion. However, like I said, this one's gonna run you like $47, $50 tops, while Zenobia is in the 230, maybe more range at this point. Both fragrances I absolutely love, but I'm just saying this is just as amazing, if not more, than Zenobia. You are getting oh, just such a rich, leathery, luxurious, elegant, big beast mode fragrance from this, along with the peach note and the rose in this, which gives it this sweetness that's still like deep and warm. Because, oh my God, I kind of feel like spraying this on myself. I haven't sprayed it on myself for over a month, but I think I'm just going to give myself a little spritz. This is a fragrance for, an elegant, dressed up, formal event, outdoors, at a gala, maybe even an art opening, something like that, because this is a fragrance that is not for the shy. So if you are shy and you don't want to be noticed, do not pick up Lattafa Sandos. But if you do and you love a scent profile like this, leathery saffron rose patchouli, I would definitely highly recommend Lattafa Sandos. So, for my last and latest Middle Eastern fragrance purchase, I want to talk a bit about Lattafa's Atheeri. And this is what that is looking like. I definitely picked this up, blind bought it based on the promotional images that I saw on their IG account for Lattafa. I saw this bee, I saw the honeycomb. It made me think of like a fragrance that might have a honey note in it because I think I have another fragrance in my collection with honey in it, like one fragrance that I really like. And I thought, ooh, maybe this will be something like that. I will say right now that there is no honey note in this fragrance because if you are someone who knows anything about Lattafa Atheeri, this is a 10 of 10 dupe of Gucci's Flora Gorgeous Orchid. Like, an absolute dupe for that fragrance. So, if you're someone who really loves that fragrance and don't want to drop all the money, here's another fantastic alternative. I believe this retails for about $50 on Lattafa USA. And it is really fantastic. I will say that when I smelled Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid when it first released a few months ago, one of the reps at Sephora sprayed it on the back of my hand, and I thought it was a beautiful fragrance. I think it is a beautiful fragrance, but it really was not up my alley. It was just super floral, and we were still in the cold weather, so it was not something that I was thinking about picking up. However, at a more affordable price point, a theory has allowed me to experience these notes more fully. And I have to say that this is just a lovely fragrance. Easy reach, not too complicated, beautiful sort of tropical vibe going on. And it is, in my opinion, to my nose, even though there is no honey note in it, a little bit honeyed. So I kind of understand why they put this adorable little bumblebee on the front of it. I don't know if you can see that well, but I love a bumblebee on packaging, whether it be a bottle or a bag. I just think it's really, really cute. I love the filled in yellow parts of the honeycomb as well as the open parts. I think this packaging is just really nice. Again, I think that this is nicely restrained and well done and editorial as far as the packaging. And I don't know if you can see, but there's just a little bit of a dent going on here already. I have been spraying this on myself a lot. I really love it in the dry down. The opening is still a bit intense for me with that orchid, but the dry down happens pretty quickly. And the mid to base notes of this fragrance, I just love smelling it wafting through the air when I spray it on my skin and clothes. So the notes for Lattafa Atheeri are top notes passion flower and dewdrop. The mid notes are orchid and jasmine, and the base notes are vanilla and amberwood. And I will say that even though the notes of this and Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid are not the same, to my nose, it smells just like the Gucci fragrance. I actually went back to Ulta recently. I was just smelling fragrances and I saw Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, smelled it just to test it to see if what I was smelling with Atheeri was right. And I'm just like, yeah, this smells just like Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid to my nose. So I'm gonna spray this over here. I'm just spray it all over because like this is one I really enjoy and have been enjoying just walking around this weekend at home. And ooh, yeah, the orchid in the opening, not so much for me. Not so much. Just the intensity of it. I'm not the hugest orchid note fan. The jasmine, the amberwood, the dewdrop even, and the passion flower I like. But the orchid is a bit intense for me. But it's not, it doesn't overwhelm this fragrance throughout the entire scent journey. Fortunately, it dries down really quickly. I would say that even though I've only had this for a week, I have been spraying it on myself the last few days. It's moderate wearing. It's not beast mode fragrance. It's just perfect for the spring. This will be going on my May fragrance tray. And it's affordable, it's lovely. And again, if you are into Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, or you smelled Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid in Sephora, but don't want to spend the money on it, try this. Try it. Let me know what you think. I always have my Mercari shop linked in the description box down below. So if you're somebody who enjoyed Cotton Candy Musk or want to give it a try, check it out. It'll be up on my shop. If not this weekend, definitely the following week. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've tried any of these Middle Eastern fragrances yourself and what your thoughts are. As always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content like this. And until I see you in my next video, please feel free to watch any of the other videos here on Zen Aesthetic. Bye.